It's a multinational IT services and consulting company based in Ireland. Actually, they have employees all over the world. And in 2021, it made over $50 billion in revenue. They employ 624,000 people. This is a massive organization that has grown significantly from its humble origins in 1989. Their website is a standard corporate parade of bullshit, including phrases like 360-degree value, signals of change, cloud continuum. They have operations all around the world. Let's hear what employees have to say from all around the world. Here's what Accenture employees had to say on Glassdoor.com. Let's start our world tour in the head office. Most disorganized company I ever worked for. A poor employee experience / culture. Pros: negotiable salary, work from home. Cons: nobody seems to want to do their job, endless buck passing and running from post to pillar. Non-functioning HR processes appear to be all outsourced. Don't make the same mistake I did. Keep looking. I suspect you deserve a lot better. Stop outsourcing key elements of recruiting, onboarding, and HR so that employees are valued, or at least any of their concerns are addressed / responded to at a minimum. A revolving door with one entry and no exits. Pros: good people in the lower ranks. Good company brand. Cons: being in Accenture has really taught me a lot about survival of the fittest in a bad workspace. I never believed in devolution until I witnessed it firsthand, here with the apes at the top and the gorillas in the management. The amount of false promises made were ridiculous from HR, my department, and my project. Typically, management has two faces on the same coin, a public and a private one. I had one manager who was an angel when an MD was around, but then would devolve in front of my eyes to a lunatic when they were gone. No amount of reporting this person did anything. In fact, they got a promotion after an investigation was led against them. Lessons in corporate survival here. The company loves to tell you that you'll be able to realign roles. The reality is that your career aspirations will not be achieved in this lifetime or the next. This is because all levels of management are incentivized to block their talent from moving. Every time your exit date approaches, the date will be pushed back without your consultation. The excuse? This resource is too important. Advice to management: quit. Heartless, soulless, dummy organization claims a project controls team lead in Toronto, Canada. Pros: 0, but I still have to use 5 words. Cons: only focus is to deliver positive quarterly results and better earnings per share to shareholders. Resources are used and deployed as furniture randomly arranged with no clear vision and direction. Poor quality of work and mediocrity being promoted. Not a place for a focused professional who carries specialization. Too much infatuation with chargeability, and all donkeys and horses run the same race. Avoid at all costs. Advice to management: you guys used big words in your vision, mission statements, but in reality, you won't do anything more than maintaining your bottom line and earnings per share per quarter. You need a big overhaul. Absolutely shambolic. I can smell a good one coming from London, England. Pros: decent benefits such as private healthcare. Cons: absolutely disgusting company. There are about 10,000 employees in the UK. A majority are from offshore India or Philippines who have come over on a work visa. Therefore, a majority of the technical work undertaken is done by these resources. If you are from the UK and want to do something technical, such as programming, you can be sure as hell it will be sourced to these cheaper resources. This leaves you with mundane, boring, and repetitive business analysis or PMO work. Management can vary, so you could be micromanaged and work long hours. If you are on the bench, that's consulting speak for people not currently assigned to a project, then they will bully you and pressure you into a role that you do not want. If you try to go for other roles, your department will find the people leads of those roles and collude behind your back to reject you so they can steal you for their high priority role. This is because senior managers and directors have yearly KPIs to meet where they must make X amount of sales or they get sacked. This becomes very political and can cause you a lot of distress. You also have a counselor, mentor, who may also try to be political for his department gains. The clients are boring big companies with old IT systems that are behemoths to maintain or change, and Accenture cannot handle them as it becomes messy and spaghetti-like. All they care about is charging you to the client, so you are billable and make them money. You don't actually learn anything transferable to other companies, and you can forget about any real technical skills. You'll get 10 people from your department chasing you to take a role, whilst they disregard your ambitions and future aspirations. I've never seen anything like it. Like working for a cult. Pros: benefits: occasional paid lunches and snacks. Cons: superficial, arrogant, and delusional management that displays open favoritism and bigotry. Wow, definitely offsets the occasional paid lunches and snacks. Accentureology is no good. Under the watchful eye of Julie Sweet, this Fortune 500 company has been hacked while downplaying the severity publicly. Clearly, a change is needed as shareholders deserve better leadership. The divisive and cult-like work environment at Accenture harbors an unprofessional and high school-like vibe. A more diverse and qualified leadership is needed. The corruption is vast, and I have experienced open homophobic behavior that is dystopian in context. Despite having a ton of money, many employees live paycheck to paycheck. Shame on Accenture. Actually, worth noting that if we look at the stock price of Accenture, they have been doing amazingly well, especially since the start of COVID-19. Regardless of what all these employees say on Glassdoor, the CEO, whatever she's doing, I think all of that will be rewarded handsomely, because just look at this. Early 2020 at 162 bucks, and we're now almost at 400 as far as corporations go. These guys are doing everything right. Unfortunately, it's at the cost of employee satisfaction. The place where no-brainers gather. From Singapore, we pivot to Asia. Pros: there are no pros of working here. Cons: consultant, in quotes, but senior people know nothing about the field they are in. Stupid, no-brain people get promoted while the actual talent rots on the same POS for ages. Project timeline is unachievable. Grossly incompetent managers. Advice to management: hire real talents that are experts in their fields instead of those rubbish consultants. Fire all managers in offshore delivery centers. There are so many offshore developers that can't even code. Sounds good on paper, but not a great experience overall. Pros: good policies, great for females. Organization is looking to push female leaders over the horizon, but that has created an imbalanced environment for males. If you are a client of Accenture, you will realize what coddling actually is, not so much for the employees. Cons: bad people, a whole lot of bad people. Accenture used to be filled with great talent, but expansion at breakneck pace has somehow caused it to become a melting pot of good, bad, and ugly. No 360-degree feedback, your reporting lead will be your god. Very high attrition rate, not an uplifting environment. People will push you over the edge and then some more. All the programs and policies run by Accenture, everything is for the showmanship. Most policies have been kept ambiguous just in case they need to tilt the outcomes. Sucks if you're a software engineer, says a software development engineer in Russia. 2 stars. He's actually being pretty optimistic here. Pros: you can sit around and twiddle your thumbs all day long. Also, if you seem smart and confident, they will pay you a lot. Cons: I'm less than average software engineer and I was genius on my team. I think in the entire office, all in all, the software engineers at Accenture are not very knowledgeable and you won't learn anything really. Advice to management: do you even care? Back to Europe. We have an employee in Frankfurt, this time a strategy manager. Pros: was happy to work in a great team with good leadership of international projects. Job can give you attractive exit options if you are not staying too long. Okay, so the positive thing about this company is that you can move to a better company, which, in the great scheme of things isn't bad. Cons: I felt treated by Accenture organization as a cost factor only. As I worked in strategy, I would have expected something else. Everything is done complex and bureaucratic. Occasionally unethical client behavior towards clients. Bonus is mostly paid in order to retain people, not if you get a promotion or if you perform well. Advice to management: be customer and employee centric. Do not focus only on yourself and cost cutting in the organization. This time, there wasn't a response on Glassdoor from HR. Hi, thanks for your review. We appreciate your thoughts and can assure you that we always strive to find the perfect balance between our colleagues, clients, and company's needs. All the best, your Accenture HR team. I don't know, what do you guys think? Copy and pasting responses like this, does this help or hurt them on Glassdoor? I think I've heard enough from consulting companies myself. It just seems like a giant international, multinational shit show. If you have experience at Accenture or similar shops like this, let us know in the comment section. And as always, subscribe for more.